Hey guys, welcome to another video and just okay. Hmm. Hey guys, welcome to another video and first of all, if you feel that the audio is a bit different, as you can see, I'm trying to fix the camera. So it's because of the fact that my microphone's connection is not working. The connector that goes from 3.5 to USB-C isn't working for some reason. I don't know why. So I'll have to get it fixed. So sorry for that. But I think you will be able to hear what I'm trying to say for the most part. So on with the video. Today we are back with another Photoshop tutorial and we are going to do muted green color grading or colorization. But before that, the last Illustrator caricature video is doing good, so thank you all for the support and please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Please get me to 100 subscribers and press the bell notification to get notified about new videos and share it with your friends and comment down below on what you want to see next. With all those ands out of the way, let's talk about today's video. It's another color grading video and we are going to use the Camera Raw filter for it. With that said, let's go to the screen. Okay, so I'm here at my screen and as you can see, this image is actually the one that we're going to be editing. This is not my image. The descriptions for this image will be available in the description box. These are from Pexels. I will list them down below. Anyway, long-term followers of this channel will know that once we open an image in Photoshop, what do? We copy the layer to protect the image. So we go Control J for copying the layer. Then we will convert it to a smart object. Someday I will do a video on smart object as well. Essentially, a smart object helps put edit to your image without damaging the image. But you're going to say, well, we already copied the layer in order to protect the image. So what's the point of making a smart object again? Well, in case you have gone, let's say 50 or 100 edits on an image, if you don't use smart object, you will reach a point where you eventually can't undo it and you will have to delete and start all over again. But with the smart object, you can just delete all the adjustments and all the adjustments that you made to the image and it's okay. The smart object, when you change something, it stays editable. So that's why we use a smart object. So we are going to make it a smart object by right clicking on the layer and selecting convert to smart object. Once you make a smart object, you will see that there's this little icon on the top bottom right. Once there, we are going to go to filter and Camera Raw filter, the shortcut for which is Control Shift and A. So I'm going to use Control Shift A and this is going to pop up. This is the Camera Raw filter. So first things first, we are going to go to basics and we are going to change the exposure a little bit. We are going for the moody green color, so we're going to just down it a little bit. You can visualize where it's going. Now we are going to use the color mixer. Now, when we use the color mixer, there are three things that we can do with it. Number one, we can change a particular color to look a certain way. So for example, if we go to the hue panel, which is a function of the hue, saturation and luminance, which are the three main components of the color mixer, which is HSNL, hue, saturation, luminance. You can make a particular color look a certain way, or the other function is to increase or decrease the saturation and to increase and decrease the luminance, which is the brightness of the image. So we are going to use this. Now, what's the difference between what's that? Color mixer. Yes, it was previously called the HSL adjustments. Anyway, the color mixer and the color grading tab. Well, Color mixer allows you to pick a color and then change it, while color grading allows you to pick a light, aka shadows, highlights, and midtones, and add a color to them. So color grading allows you to add color to different exposure levels of the image, and color mixer actually takes a particular color from the image and makes it look like something else, like any within Rhino Design. Anyway, so first of all, we have all our main colors: red, oranges, yellows, greens, aquas, blues, and purples and magentas. But we are using the green, muted green color. So we are going to use. We are trying to make it look like a muted green color grading. So we're going to take the greens and we're going to move it all the way up there. So we are trying to get the deep greens. Now you see these yellow paths, so we don't want them that yellow. So we're going to make them a little less orangey. So I'm moving the reds to the yellows and we're moving the yellows to the greens because we don't want that orange tone, a little less of that orange tone. You are not supposed to completely rob it of the orange tone, just a little bit of it. So we do that, we push the green to the exact deep. Now we are going to reduce the saturation of the greens. So I'm going to move it over here. As you can see, the colors are already changing. Remove the saturation of the yellows and a little bit of the oranges, and you already see that the muted color effect is taking place. Go to the luminance tab, darken it, yellows. Yeah, you can see that. Yes, good, nice. Now we can go to the curves, and so we have basically achieved what we are trying to do: a deep green with a muted yellow and a muted green, of course, because we have also downed the luminance of the greens. But now we're going to make some slight adjustments. Maybe increase or decrease the contrast and stuff like that. When using the curves, you can use anything you want, anything that suits your taste. So, okay, now this is too contrasty. Oh, no. This is not what we want. Okay, so I think this looks good. Maybe bring down. Now remember, if you have seen my other moody color grading tutorial, which link will be up here or here somewhere on the screen, what you are trying to do is reduce the difference between the highlights and the shadows. Remember, a moody color grading is supposed to represent a light which is under clouds. So a dark environment, the cloud acts as a natural softbox to the sun and it diffuses the light, so that there aren't many highlights and shadows. It's mostly mid-tone, so you're trying to even them out. So this is why we are lifting the shadows and bringing down the highlights for this exact reason. See? Yeah. Maybe we could do a little bit of highlight pullback, and maybe if we take a little bit of the vibrance away, and okay, let's take vibrance tab, and it looks good. Maybe do a little bit of exposure thing. Yeah. Contrast, reduce the contrast. See, everything is aimed at one particular thing, trying to make the exposure dark and, more importantly, even. So we will try to even out the differences between the highlights and the shadows. Add a little bit of clarity for the texture, and do these. Yeah, looks kind of good, doesn't it? And if you really want, you can go to the effects panel and you can add some vignetting. Now remember, negative vignetting adds the black vignette, positive vignetting adds the white vignette. You don't want the white vignette, so you just add a little bit of the vignette if you want. This is not compulsory. If you want, you may do it. You can Move the blacks a little. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, so this is before and this is after. And now remember the things that you have to do. This is a quick recap of what I'm trying to say. So you take the camera raw filter, and once you have gone there, what you do is you take the color mixer panel, and remember what you're trying to do. You're trying to get a deeper color of the green. So you go and you push the greens, take the hue panel and take the greens and make it deeper green. Now if I make it yellow, it looks like this. If you want this color, good. If you don't, for example, I want this color, so I'll just push the green to the color I want. I want my greens to look like this. Now, again, you're trying to get a muted color, so you will push the yellows down, make the yellows a little bit, orangey, because you want some of that color to stay. Now, if you make it all green, it doesn't quite look good, does it? When you do this, and it gets a little bit of a warm tone, and then you can make the oranges red like this. So it all depends what color you want. But once you have gone there, remember, you are trying to get a very subtle color. You are not trying to get very bright color. So you will have to dial down the saturations and the luminance of the colors. This is not a follow along where you enter an exact amount. You have to go and find out what exact color works for your particular image. Okay, there is no particular set that this will work. Okay, now once you have made this, you are almost there, and then what is left is trying to reduce the contrast, because dull colors are usually a sign of rainy days, and rainy days don't have a lot of highlights and shadows. So you're going to dull the contrast, and you're going to try to even out the exposure of the image, maybe bring down the exposure a little bit, and then you just play around with the things until brightness and everything, until you find a place where you find it comfortable, you like the image. And then if you want, you can go to the effect panel and add a vignette. So you can add a vignette, you can do this, you can do this, it's up to you. So once you have desaturated the colors and you have gotten the colors to look exactly like you want it to look, now it's all up to an experiment. And please experiment. This is not a 2+2=4 kind of subject. Please experiment with your own photos and see how they look. Thank you. Hope you had a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. With that said, please subscribe and leave a comment, like the video, share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.